Hey guys, it's Hugh here, and as promised, here's a little video to help you get familiar with some of the new things we have on ICC Keyworkz. We're up to version 1.2.8 now. We got some awesome new features in the program, and I wanted to just run through them for you. I owe you some full-fledged training on this, and that's going to be my focus the next couple of days. In the meantime, this little video should get you familiar with what we've got in the latest. First, we've got a few actually sort of physical controls that weren't in the previous version. For example, we now have a link here you can click to view that blog. And as you can see, this blog is completely empty. There's no content, no menus, no posts or pages or categories on this blog. So we're going to start fresh and do a little demo. We also have this kind of cool control here. Now you can hide the operation screen so you have a little more room to work with your hierarchy in here. And additionally, I've made the program responsive now, so you can stretch it any way that you want to. Stretch it out, and this really comes in handy, especially if you're working with items in this, which I'll explain in a second. I'm going to keep it condensed here in the screen that we're recording so you can see everything I'm doing. Now, and just for a brief reminder, what you're going to do here is you can use Keyworkz to find keywords from several different ways. You can search SEMrush, which is Google Keyword Planner data. You can actually use the Keyword Planner and then export your results as CSV files and import them again here into Keyworkz. You can open save results because you can save the sets after you import or search them. It's a good idea to save the sets so you can work with them later without having to research them. And then you can just open them like this, and adding it to the list puts it on this page here. Or just click Get More to go and get different keywords. Once you do have your keywords, then you can select them, and I here click Return to Search Results, and you can select the ones you want, and then whatever you have down here, you remove them, save them to the hierarchy, save them for later, or export them in a text file. And then you just execute that. By clicking View Projects, it just takes you back to this page here. So now this is where really all the fun occurs on this page. So I've already created several silos, and by adding my keywords and inputting the properties that I want for those entries, so I've got a whole bunch of different ones to look at here. Some of them are quite complex that I've been working on. And every time you switch, the program will check with that blog to see if the silo factory is plugged in on the blog. If it is, this is green. If not, it's red, and it'll tell you right here the plugin's not installed. So we can go back to one of these other silos that I was playing around with, and you can see we do have that plugin installed on that blog. So let's just go ahead and make an authority silo. What I call an authority silo is one that has a menu with all the entries in it on every page. So it on every page has link to every sub page, and in this case we're using categories. Categories are really cool because they're aggregated pages under which a number of posts are displayed. Not just one post, not just one page, but actually an aggregated category under which you can put lots of different content. Just like a normal front page of a blog. So that's what I'm going to do as an authority site. So we've got now like this 9 aggregated pages with one of them as the top category. I've put content into these. So another cool feature that we got here is this C icon, which you click this, you're able to input content. And you can use all the tools that we have from ICC Express are also included here, so you can input your videos or whatever. And for pretty much all of these, I've clicked the blue T here, which ends you up with a nicely formatted post with your keyword embedded in it. Now, I do suggest that you're going to rewrite this a bit and add your own value to it before you post. But for the sake of demonstration, I'm just going to leave it fairly, just the way I got it, just to do it quickly. So all of these have content in them already. So when we post, a post will be made and the content will be placed in the post. Now, if I made this just category without the plus, it will still make a post, but it won't put any content in that post, so you'd have to fix it later. So you select category plus and have content in there, and then I'm going to select create categories and menus. I'm not going to say add to because I want a new silo. We're starting from scratch. I'm not going to select make top level menus only because I want them all in the menu. Okay, so let's just go and execute that. I've put a plugin on this blog called Auto Post Thumbnail, which I highly recommend, and it automatically makes the thumbnails on the post. So it takes just a little second more to process the images, but it works great. And if they come up green like this, it means that the categories were matched. And here we have the menu. This represents the menu that is on the blog, and you can double click any one of these to go to that menu page. But I'm just going to click this one right here to go to the front page of that blog and now see what we have on there. Okay, very cool. Now this is actually an aggregated page, and this theme happens to show the first aggregated picture with a big picture, post with a big picture. The other ones under it, though, just show the smaller thumbnails. So over here we have our siloed menu, very nice. So I can click on any one of these and it will take me to the aggregated page for that category, which is Stegosaurus. Now I can put other posts under this category, so there would be 2, 3, 4 lining up down here. Of course, we only did one, but you're set up perfectly for ICC Express to come in and start curating to this. In fact, you can come back later and do this right here, import keywords into profile, and execute that. By doing that, it puts them into ICC Express, so now you can curate to those keywords from this profile, which is exactly the same. It's shared with ICC Express. And so here we have the aggregated post, so I can click read more and I go to that post. As you can see over here, we've got the same kind of thing set up on all of these. And the idea is to set up a channel to receive more content. So you could actually do more posts about Dimetrodon. You have another one here, and then you click on it, it goes to the actual post. Okay, so that's how we do what I call the authority site style of silo. I'm going to go back to Keyworkz now, and I'm going to add another silo. Let's see what I got. Goose hunting. I was just playing around with different terms just for fun, just whatever idea comes into my head. Okay, so here this one was about alligator hunting. And of course it's not really that related to dinosaur, but this is just for demonstration purposes. So I'm going to go ahead and create another authority site style silo on that site. And I've already got my content. Just to save time, it's already prepared. I'll keep them all category plus, and I'm going to create categories and menus, and I'm going to add to existing silos. But I'm not going to choose make top level menus only because I want them all in the menu again. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So now we've got all these different categories here, and we also have the menus represented down here. So we've got the alligator hunting and the dinosaurs. Let me just click on this link to go take a look. And there we go. And if we've got the authority style menu silo for both of these now. So if I click on alligator hunting season, once again, it's an aggregated listing of what we have in that category. And there's only one post, but it was made by Silo Factory when we just executed that. Okay, and we can go to other aggregated category listings, and we've got this nice thumbnail from our plugin, auto thumbnail poster. Okay, so now we've got the two authority style silos here, and it's nice how this blog lists out the posts as news. So let's go back to Keyworkz now. I'm going to add yet another element to this silo, but this time I'm going to try to make it a mini site silo to show you how that works. And in this case, I'm just going to use this very generic parent and child 1, child 2, child 3, child 4. Now, you'll notice here that since they're all pages, now another drop-down has opened. And this is what we call the link to. So you can have an interlinking silo. So I'm going to link parent to child 1. I'm going to link child 1 to child 2. Child 2 will link to child 3. Child 3 will link to child 4. And child 4 will link back up to the parent. Okay, so you understand it's like it's a silo that points here, 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 and then back to the top, right? So when you do something like this, you must make sure, since, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say make top level menus only this time, which means the only one that's going to get a menu is the parent. The child elements will not be visible in the front page. However, since we're linking to them, they'll still be able to get spidered and get linked all the way through and then back to the top. And that's just one way to set up your link juice interlinking in your site. You must, when you do this, when you make top level menus only, you've got to sort of logically make sure that the pages are all linked. Otherwise, a page could be inaccessible. Other than it existing in the sitemap, it's not going to be linkable by other pages. So you have to take that into consideration for your strategy. Okay. Alright, so now what about content? Do I have any content here? No, I don't. Let's go ahead and just make some quick content. Okay, and I'm just going to click the blue T. And then we have some content. And I'm going to accept and close. Now we'll do the same thing for the others. I can also use my media library. And see, it's already the thumbnail. The auto thumbnail poster grabs any images that I post and puts them on my blog for me. So I'll go ahead and put that one in and see how that works. That's a nice little child. And accept and close that. And I'm just going to go through them all and just choose things. I'll just go ahead and pick an image, another image here, make some quick content, and accept it, close, and it gets saved immediately. This time I'll use a video. And a little content for number 4. And if you have any trouble getting content, you can change the keyword up here and change the image source. So I just sort of took the 4 off, and I have a child. So there we go. We've got all the content now for all of these, and I've created my interlinking silo, and I'm going to select, as I said, add and make top level menus only. Okay, so we should just have one element down here without a folder by the time we're done, and they'll all interlink. So let's go ahead, execute it. Give it a minute, do all its work. And all operations complete. So now, as I said, we have the 2 authority site style silos and the 1 mini silo. And in terms of the order here, I'm not quite sure. We're still working on that. I plan to put in a drag and drop interface so you can drag these around and change the order. It's not in there yet, but it's on the list of things to do. So let's take a look at what we've got now. Okay, so we've got the alligator hunting silo, we've got the dinosaur silo, and now there's this one item here with no submenu. So if we click on this item and we go to parent feeding chick, and as you can see down at the bottom here, we've got this link to child 1. But there's no link to that on anywhere else on the page, not in the menus, not on the sidebar. So you link on that, it goes to child 1. Here we are on child 1. Again, this is not linked anywhere, so this is now a deep linking silo. It's going deeper and deeper. Child 2, the link from child 1, and we go to child 2, and we have a link to child 3, so we can link from there. Titus the Wonder Child, child 3 to child 4, which is this last one that I got. Cute little thing there, and then parent back to the top. Okay, so that's what a deep linking mini site silo does. And there's so many different ways that you can use this. I mean, if you use a little bit of creativity, I think there are so many angles that you can apply this tool. It's just pretty ridiculous, and you know, it's just going to get better and better. I do have tons of ideas that I'm going to be implementing into this which are not implemented yet, such as drag and drop ordering here. I want to have some automatically presets for the silo, so you can say, okay, I want an authority site silo, or you can click and automatically set up this interlinking without having to link each one manually, and a bunch of other stuff that we got coming down. So I think this is a pretty good view of the new features, and so I'm going to cut this video here now, but I got to go jump on the full training, which I'm going to do ASAP for you guys, from A to Z training on Keyworkz and Silo Factory. Okay, so Hugh out. Talk to you soon.